Barcelona's planned renaissance at the Spotify Camp Nou has hit a jarring detour, and what arrives in its place on match day is not the thunderous cathedral the club promised, but the close, raw intimacy of the Estadio Johan Cruyff. The match against Valencia on September 14 has been granted an exceptional nod from La Liga, a practical green light that nevertheless reads like a concession. The fans who expected a return to the Great Bowl will instead squeeze into a 6-0-seat arena normally reserved for reserve and women's fixtures. Reports say the move was born of necessity after municipal processes and permits lagged behind the construction timetable, leaving the Camp Nou's partial reopening uncertified in time for the fixture La Liga's decision to allow the Johan Cruyff Stadium to host a top-flight fixture as itself. Eyebrow-raising moment. League regulations generally expect larger capacities and more extensive matchday infrastructure, but the governing body appears to have made an extraordinary accommodation so the fixture can proceed on the calendar rather than be postponed or moved to a neutral site. That exceptionalism underscores both the logistical tightrope Barcelona faces and the pressure to keep the season's rhythm intact. Journalists and insiders note that the Johan Cruyff venue's 6,000 capacity is far below standard expectations for primer matches, which amplifies the sense of compromise at work. Beyond the seats, the bureaucratic tangle has real technical and financial consequences. The Johan Cruyff pitch already uses a lower-cost VAR setup typical of women's competitions, but La Liga requires upgrades, additional camera installations and compatibility with semi-automated offside systems for top-tier matches. That work is reported to carry a price tag in the ballpark of Euros 70,000, a sum the club has reportedly agreed to pay to make the venue compliant for the Valencia fixture. The figure is a reminder that even an apparently simple stadium switch can demand rapid, not cheap technical fixes. For supporters, this is more than a line item. Ticket buyers and season ticket holders who imagined a triumphant homecoming will see fewer seats, no sweeping stands of colour, and a wholly different acoustic and emotional experience. The cathedral roar that amplifies big moments will be replaced by an immediate breathing presence, more personal perhaps, but undeniably diminished in spectacle. Financially, fewer seats mean smaller matchday receipts and a hit to ancillary income on an early season fixture, where the club had hoped to begin recouping construction investments. Those realities turn a single venue decision into a cascade affecting cash flow, atmosphere, and even player psychology. Fans and analysts alike are already asking whether this patchwork solution will become a recurring feature as the club races to certify Camp Nou's partial reopening. The scenario also casts a light on project governance and coordination between club, contractors and public authority. Recent reports say work stoppages and municipal inspections have been part of the delay narrative. Those procedural leaves a narrow window to sign off on the phases that would let full fans back in. When a club of Barcelona's scale is forced to play in a venue designed for thousands rather than tens of thousands, it raises questions about contingency planning, contractual pacing and public sector scheduling. The short-term fix may satisfy calendar demands, but it exposes an organisational vulnerability at the start of a season when momentum is everything. What should viewers watch for next? First, whether Camp Nou receives the required certificates and reopens in time for subsequent fixtures. Second, how fans respond on matchday. Will raw intimacy translate to a galvanising advantage, or will the diminished stage sap intensity? Also, follow the technical checks. Did the VAR upgrades arrive on time, and were there any teething problems under match conditions? Finally, keep an eye on club communications and municipal bulletins. This episode will shape the tone of Barcelona's season opener narrative and could affect ticketing policy and fixture planning in the weeks to come. For now, September 14 becomes more than a game. It's a litmus test. Can Barcelona convert a smaller stage into a statement of resilience, or will the missing vastness of Camp Nou be remembered as the moment an optimistic reopening turned into a logistical scramble? Either way, the swap from cathedral to compact pitch tells a story about modern football's clash between ambition, bureaucracy, and the stubborn realities of deadlines.